Hey guys, it's Sydney at Treadmill Review Guru. Today I'm comparing the NordicTrack 1750, the Sole F80, and the Proform Pro 9000. All of these treadmills are some of the most popular models on the market, and you can find all three of them on our best treadmills list at treadmillreviewguru.com. The NordicTrack and the Sole have been updated for this year, so I'm going to go through what to expect with these new models and how all three of these treadmills compare so you can pick the best one for you. So let's get into it. All right, so let's take a look at the construction of the NordicTrack 1750, the Sole F80, and the Proform Pro 9000. They're actually all pretty similar in size. The F80 does have the largest footprint, while the Proform Pro 9000 has the smallest footprint, but just by a few inches. And all of these models have decks that fold up, which really helps to save a lot of space in your home when you're not using them. And with the decks, they each have folding systems that you get assistance when you lift up the deck, and then when you unlock them, they will slowly lower to the floor themselves. The F80's deck feels a little bit heavier to be able to lift, to lock into place, but I do think it is doable for most people. And to unfold the 1750 and the Pro 9000, you just have to push the bar at the bottom of the deck with your foot to unlock it, while the F80 has a yellow handle that's fixed at the bottom of the deck that you can just pull with your hand to be able to unfold that deck. And they also all have transportation wheels, so you can move them around when needed. The F80 is a little bit easier to move because it has 4 transportation wheels versus 2, which the other two have. So you can just push it around rather than having to tip it back when it's folded to be able to engage those wheels. And all three of them have pretty good weight capacities. The NordicTrack and the Proform have 300-pound weight limits, while the F80 has a 350-pound weight limit. And all three of these models have steel frames and steel uprights that then support the construction of the treadmills. And the 1750 and the new F80 really have similar designs. As far as handles, I do prefer the 1750 and the Sole F80. That front handle is just one continuous piece, so you have more surface to be able to grab than on the Pro 9000, but all of their handles are well within reach, including the side handles, and they all have a good texture so they don't feel slippery, even when you get sweaty. And all three of these treadmills have very similar motor sizes. So the NordicTrack 1750 and the Sole F80 have 3.5 horsepower motors, while the Proform Pro 9000 has a 3.6 horsepower motor, so it's really not much of a difference in size there. And with this size motor, we recommend all three of these treadmills for heavy training, so if you think distance running. And all of the motors performed really well for us. They're all pretty quiet and appropriate for most homes, but I'm going to hop on all three of them in a moment so you can hear how they each sound side by side as I'm walking and running on them. So make sure you stick around for that. And all three of them go up to 12 miles per hour, so they offer plenty of a speed range. And the Proform Pro 9000 and NordicTrack 1750 incline up to 12%, and they decline to -3%. So this gives you, a lot of training options. That decline might not seem like much, but really helps add a lot of variety to your training. The Sole F80 has 15 levels of incline, but it doesn't decline. And also something with the Sole F80 is that with that motor, it just takes a little bit longer to adjust, the speed, and the incline's just a little bit slower to adjust than the other two. So we definitely just want to mention to keep this in mind for, interval training. It's not really best for that. And as far as their decks, they all have 60-inch long decks. And we've found in our testing that this deck length is really appropriate for all running strides. The NordicTrack 1750 and the Pro 9000 are both a little bit more compact than the F80, so they both have 20-inch wide decks, and then the Sole F80 has a 22-inch wide deck, but I really think most people aren't going to notice much of a difference. I know with all of our reviewers, when we're using these treadmills, we don't notice the difference. However, I think the 1750 and Pro 9000 just a little bit more compact to fit better in more homes, but if you'd like a little bit more room width-wise, definitely check out the F80, but all of these decks are great for, all levels and definitely all activities. And the deck cushioning is also where they each, differ a little bit. So the NordicTrack 1750 has some of the most forgiving cushioning that actually feels pretty soft underfoot when you're running on it. The ProForm Pro 9000 feels a little bit firmer, and the Sole F80 definitely has the firmest cushioning underfoot. It kind of feels a little bit more similar to running outside on concrete. Cushioning, really comes down to, I think, personal preference. On most treadmills, you get some level of shock absorption due to, the give in the deck when you run on them, which, you don't get from concrete outside. So if you do have joint issues, get discomfort when you run, I definitely recommend the 1750 or, even the ProForm. But if you do prefer running on a harder surface, the Sole F80 is definitely the way to go. And as far as warranty, the NordicTrack and ProForm offer the same warranty, which is 10 years for the frame, 2 years for parts, and 1 year for labor. And Sole offers a lifetime warranty for the frame and motor, which we really love to see, 3 years for parts and 1 year for labor. So all 3 of these treadmills have touch screens and different workout options and streaming content. The Pro 9000 and the 1750 are enabled with iFit. And iFit is a complete training platform that offers thousands of trainer-led workout videos, and these videos are filmed indoors in professional studios and outdoors all over the world. You can take, walking, jogging, running, and hiking classes on iFit, as well as, have access to mat classes like yoga and strength training. And you have access to iFit's library on both ProForm and NordicTrack with a subscription to iFit. And you can also, use both of these treadmills without iFit. There are onboard workouts and manual mode available to use. So the Sole F80 now has a 10-inch touchscreen with standard onboard workout programs. There's, manual mode, there's different fitness tests, and there's also preloaded streaming apps. So you can, stream from Netflix, YouTube, and Hulu right from the screen. And you can also, connect your phone for screen mirroring in case, one of the 12 preloaded apps isn't enough and you want, something else to be able to stream. And what's really nice is that you don't have to pay for an additional subscription to access these apps. So all you need to do is hop on the treadmill, log into your Netflix account or your account for each app and start watching while you work out. And the Sole F80's console has, also been updated. The 10-inch touchscreen isn't adjustable, so just keep that in mind, but it's pretty straightforward and easy to use. The buttons on either side of the screen are quick adjusting buttons that we really like to see. They let you adjust more quickly to specific increments like 4 miles per hour or 5 levels of incline. They do skip a few metrics, like there's 6 and 8 miles per hour missing on the right side, so just keep that in mind. But we really like that they've been updated. And then I also really like the switch buttons on the front handle that are just allow you to get to even more specific increments when you're using it. There's also a device rack at the top, so you can use your phone or tablet. And there's a wireless charging pad at the bottom of the screen. So if you have a phone that is compatible with that, you can charge your phone right there. So this is a really nice addition. The 1750 has really my favorite layout personally for the console. So the 14-inch touchscreen is, a nice size. It's also super adjustable, so you can tilt the screen up and down. You can also pivot it to either side. So, if you want to take a treadmill boot camp class with iFit or finish up your iFit run with, an iFit yoga class, you can turn the screen to the side to be able to do that and still see, iFit's content. And the quick adjusting buttons are on either side of the screen, and they really include all the, increments that you can need. And this design is really intuitive and easy to use. There isn't a place to put your phone, for streaming, so you're a little bit more locked into the iFit content on the screen. But, when you're running, the console and the screen is definitely, I think, easier to reach than the Sole F80 because the screen is so adjustable. And the ProForm Pro 9000 has the largest screen. It's really a great size screen at 22 inches. I think it's my favorite size. It does make, streaming iFit classes really nice and interactive. This console layout isn't my favorite. There are quick adjustment buttons below the screen, and they go to let you go to specific increments more easily. There is a ledge for you to be able to put your phone or your tablet. So this gives you a little bit more options beyond iFit to be able to stream a little bit more on the ProForm. All right, so now I'm gonna hop on all three of these treadmills so you can see and hear how they sound. But first, if you like this video and find it helpful, give it a like and subscribe to our channel. We create comparison reviews so you know exactly what to expect and can choose the right treadmill and other fitness equipment for you. So I'm gonna start with the Soul F80. So I'm gonna start at a just casual walking pace of 3 miles per hour. Here's 6 miles per hour. And here's 9 miles per hour. Now back down to 3 miles per hour. Here's that incline up to the 15th level. Right now I'm on the NordicTrack 1750 at 3 miles per hour. Here's 6 miles per hour. And here's 9 miles per hour. All right, back to that 3 miles per hour. Here's that 12% incline. Now I'm on the ProForm Pro 9000, walking at 3 miles per hour. Here's 6 miles per hour. And here's 9 miles per hour. Back down to that 3 miles per hour. Here's that 12% incline. Thanks for watching our comparison of the NordicTrack 1750, the Soul F80, and the ProForm Pro 9000. All of these treadmills can be found on our best treadmills list at treadmillreviewgear.com, and they're also on our best treadmill video on our YouTube channel. We couldn't pick a clear winner out of all three because we really like all three of them just for different reasons. We're really impressed with the new Soul F80 and all of its updates and new features. We love that, it's solid, has a spacious deck, and that you can stream, from apps like Netflix on the screen without having to pay an additional subscription fee. The NordicTrack 1750 really has some of the most forgiving cushioning, and even though this model is, a little bit more compact than previous versions, the 1750 still continues to be an excellent all-around treadmill that's really great for most people. And the ProForm Pro 9000 has this lovely 22-inch touchscreen for streaming iFit, yet it's pretty compact so it can fit better in more homes. So it really just comes down to, the features and content preferences when choosing, which one of these treadmills is best for you. We feel like all of these models are great representations of each brand. We do recommend the other treadmills in each brand series, like the Soul F85, the NordicTrack 1250 and 2450 and the ProForm Pro 2000. All of these treadmills range in price, but have very similar features, sizes, decks, and they perform very similar to each of these three models that you see here. So hopefully this gives you a great idea of what to expect, not only from each of these treadmills, but the entire treadmill series from each brand. And as always, if you have any questions, let us know in the comments. And to learn more about any of the models that I've mentioned, you can head to our individual video reviews on our YouTube channel, and you can see and hear all these treadmills in action as they're being used. And you can head to treadmillreviewguru.com to learn more about all of these treadmills as well. And make sure to click the links in the description to see their current prices. These are our affiliate links, and purchasing through there helps us out so we can keep making reviews and comparisons for you. And of course, if you like this video and find it helpful, make sure to like and subscribe. Our goal is to help you make informed buying decisions so you take home fitness equipment that you'll use and love. I'm Sydney at Treadmill Review Guru. I'll see you next time.